A big new report out on China, the long-term sort of vision there. Starting on a big picture question, do you see it as inevitable that China will overtake the US economy in size one day or not?
Well, by 2030, we think that China will be 90% the size of the U.S. economy, even as it slows down to 4.5% growth. So I do think it will match the size of the U.S. economy one day, but it's going to take a bit longer than a lot of people had predicted because growth is slowing in China.
And do you think the current trade debate between the U.S. and China can affect that, or is that kind of 90% the size or overtaking the size inevitable either way?
I think that China will continue to grow at a faster pace than the United States and most developed market countries, just given the stage of development they're at. So the trade issues are a bit of a side issue. That's the immediate focus right now. But it's the bigger structural issues that we're really looking at in China, how they proceed with their fourth industrial revolution, what they're going to do on the technology side, and in certain areas like artificial intelligence.
What do you think they're going to do, especially in light of these U.S.-China trade talks? Because I think there seems to be an expectation in the market right now that we're going to get some sort of deal, some sort of at least hold in terms of, an increase in tariffs. But those structural issues are very challenging.
Yeah, the structural issues are very challenging. So just as you said, I think you get an extension, some signs of progress on the trade issues that China will buy more U.S. goods. But I think on issues like technology transfer, cyber theft, the intellectual property rights, those are far more difficult issues. And I think, if anything, given some of the tensions that we have seen between the U.S. and China, China is doubling down on its strategy to invest in technology.
I wanted to ask about the political situation at the moment in China. Of course, President Xi seems, on the surface, all-powerful. He just recently imprisoned a former army general for life. Is he doing things like that because he's losing grip of power, or because he is all-powerful still?
I think he's still all-powerful, but I think the key thing for assuring social stability in China is their employment numbers and that they keep household income growing. So I think a lot of their focus is that, particularly looking at the demographics, how do they actually manage the employment situation as their population is aging? So he does have control. They've been investing in the military as well, particularly in the Navy in China, but I think they are really trying to strike the fine balance that they need to move their economic model to one that is, away from the manufacturing sectors and into some of the more value-added sectors.